list. More from Mark Mayfield.
The president confirmed his accommodations on Wednesday, but deflected questions about security concerns regarding the new Qatari-donated model. Trump said the new $400 billion Air Force One would be sent home through Europe instead so soldiers could see it. He unveiled the retrofitted Qatari plane last month, and it completed one domestic trip to North Dakota last week and was used by the president to fly to Turkey.
Graham Plattner is dropping out of the race for Maine's U.S. Senate seat. Lisa Carton reports.
The Democrat announced his decision following a recent sexual assault allegation. In a video statement, Plattner railed against the political establishment and maintained his innocence.
Those in power who have the ability to do so are using these allegations as an excuse to take away all of the things that we need to run a campaign.
The Maine Democratic Party has announced in a statement posted to X that they have voted to hold a nominating convention to choose a new nominee.
President Trump is pushing for the Supreme Court to rehear a case challenging U.S. birthright citizenship immediately. On social media Wednesday, Trump called last week's decision a miscarriage of justice and absolutely insane, and called for the case to be reheard. A video statement from the roommate and romantic partner of the man accused of killing conservative activist Charlie Kirk is expected to be played in court today. The police interview with Lance Twiggs is part of the prosecution's case against Tyler Robinson. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street in Woonsocket. This is WOON AM and FM.
WOON Woonsocket.
Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocketradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
Well, good morning to you. It is Coffee Ann time once again here on WOON Radio. It's Thursday, July the 9th. In 2026. Thanks for joining us this morning as we go around at the coffee and table. We'll say good morning to Bob Lauder. Hi, Bob.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
Good morning to you. Sue Tester McKenzie is with us this week. Hi, Sue.
Good morning.
And Greg Agnone is here as well. Hey, Greg.
Good morning to you.
From Chestnut Hill Insurance Group and Wealth Management. It's time for first message, Greg, from your office over there.
Yeah.
What do you got to have to say this week?
Well, this week I think I'm just going to take a step back. And a lot of people, hear little bits and pieces about what we do, but just to give an overview, so we're an independent agent as part of our wealth management program, but what we do is we represent 15 to 17 different insurance companies, some regional, some national, across the country. And besides your typical auto and homeowners risks, we also do boats, motorcycles, RVs, and other watercraft. Commercial insurance, property, general liability, workers' comp, auto, cyber liability, package, umbrella, and excess. So basically, I've been in the business, it'll be 45 years. Actually, it just passed 45 years. It was 45 years in June. The agency's been in business for 13 years. I used those first 23 years learning the ins and outs inside the companies, so I know what they're looking for there, but just thought I'd give a quick recap on what we can do and invite everybody down to see us.
All right, Greg, thank you very much. Well, I brought in...
You going to tell us where you are?
We are at 69 Eddie Dowling Highway, right next to the Wendy's.
All right. So pop in, get a burger, and then
come over, yep, get a napkin or two.
I brought in props today. Now, so you weren't here last week, and I'm bringing this in for a reason. And I'll show you exactly what it is in a minute. Because last week, kind of half-jokingly, we were talking about, because it was right before the 4th of July weekend. And I said, watch, it's all 4th of July until Monday when it's back to school.
Oh, 100%.
Don't I go home on the Thursday, guys, and this is in my mailbox. And what is it?
We are back to school.
We are so back to school from Kohl's.
Yep. I saw that. I heard the commercial, same thing.
And when you open up the little, your special savings, your 30% off card, okay, their back to school sale actually really starts today.
Yeah.
So it didn't start on Monday. But the coupon begins today.
And what did you get?
Oh, you always get 30% off.
I thought I was just really lucky.
No, we all get 30. So anyway, I said, well, I was right.
Well, there
so
used
where
to
I'm
be a
right.
time that you didn't always get 30.
Really? Well, things have changed.
Yes. Used to 15, 20. Cause I can remember being with a customer and her saying, if I don't get the 30, I'm not going. And sure enough, she opened up and she had 15.
Okay.
I've had 20.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I walked into Kohl's 2 Saturdays ago because I had some Kohl's cash I had to use. And weren't they passing out, here's another $5 in Kohl's cash to use today. Right. Well, thanks. That was awful nice.
Right.
But anyway, the point is, back to school started this week. And then on Monday night, the 6th, watching a little TV, Target had a back to school advertisement come on. I'm like, I've never been so right, Bob, in my life. Where I hit it exactly on the head.
I was a
back to
student
school started July 6th.
and
it
received that
did.
kind of message in the mail, I would almost think that was a threat.
That's back
Yeah,
you
come
just
on.
got out
You
2
just
weeks
get out-
ago.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about.
I don't want
back
to
to
talk. I
school.
want to talk about new jeans. I don't want to talk about new shirts. I
Right.
want to talk about new backpacks. No,
I want to break in my bathing suit, for
That-
God's
yes.
sake.
Right.
Yes.
And when I was growing up, my family didn't take a family vacation until August.
Right.
How about that?
So it wasn't back to school
No.
until you came back from that. Then
Right.
it was back to school time. But
Yeah, a little early for
things
back
have
to
changed.
school.
Things have
Absolutely.
changed. All right, so
Have you got your pumpkin spice materials yet?
not yet.
Give it a
I don't
couple
do
weeks.
pumpkin spice yet. So I wanted to bring this up to Bob because this did not happen to me. This happened to my daughter, who was working at the time and she works at a Dunkin' Donuts, and the Dunkin' Donuts is inside a shopping plaza where she works, where there were other shops there. And around 7:30 at night, doesn't some man walk in, and he presents his business card, and he is with, I got it here. What's he called? He's a licensed private investigator. At least that's what his card says. I'm like, oh, okay. And he shows it to them, and now he's demanding the camera footage from the Dunkin' Donuts that looks out on that back parking lot, which you can see the other shops. And he's demanding footage from back in May. And this happened, I don't know, a week or so ago. And so the people all working there, they're just the workers. And my daughter explained since she has tenure, she's the one that's working there the longest. Well, you deal with this guy. And she said, well, we don't have a key to the office where all this stuff is. You will have to come back tomorrow and speak to the manager if you want to get what you want. And that's where they left. I'm going to show it to Bob and just to see what. You can spread that out and take a look at it. And just this is what I want. This is what the dates I need. This is what you are not to do to the footage until I get it. Find out later. The back parking lot overlooks the front of a Dollar Tree store, and someone fell in front of the Dollar Tree store. So I don't know if the investigator is with Dollar Tree or with the woman that fell. And who are we going to sue?
The Dollar Tree, the private detective is probably an adjuster for the insurance company.
Well, okay. Oh, maybe they are. Maybe they are.
If I had to guess.
And so I'm thinking
that's what they do.
So the
No,
question,
not that one.
So the question goes to Bob. In Rhode Island, Bob, what kind of authority do private investigators have over? What kind of authority do they have?
I would think under the circumstances you described, the private investigator really has no authority.
Okay.
He can demand, but the company is not obligated to respond to his demand whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
He'd have to get a court order of some kind, either a subpoena or something from the court that says you are hereby instructed to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that he says, give it to me, it's just as much as asking for free coffee, whether or not they...
So it's up to the business whether or not they want to turn it over to them.
I would think so, yes.
Interesting.
Now, the other document that you showed that was a letter that said, do not destroy the property.
Yeah.
I don't think that necessarily has any legal basis either.
Okay. Wow.
But
okay.
I would think that it would be appropriate for the company to say, okay, we will not destroy this piece of information or evidence.
Mm-hmm.
We'll wait and see what happens. Now, the company can voluntarily turn it over and say, okay, yeah, we'll be good guys and we'll give it to you. Or the company could say, come back with a court order that says we have to do this.
I think they're counting on people saying, here you go.
Right.
We don't want to go through the whole court situation.
Probably a very intimidating person who encountered a young lady who didn't.
I will get what I want.
Who had never been through this before. And
Yeah.
They probably win at that hour because oftentimes managers are not on duty at that hour.
That's right.
But
So-
at the same time, does the staff know where to find these things and
Well, no.
be
Well,
willing to?
it's nowhere out visibly.
Right.
Like my daughter told them, well, everything's locked away in the office, of which we don't have a key. And so, and nor, even if we did have a key, we don't know where
Yeah.
to find this in the office.
And isn't a lot of the surveillance activity indeed focused on the employees?
Not this one. He was looking for the specific.
Okay.
He looked around. There's a specific camera
Okay.
on top of the roof pointing to the parking lot.
But the control panel, if you will, is probably in a central place
Oh,
with the other cameras. So why would you give an employee instructions on
Yeah.
how to delete footage of what could potentially be incriminating?
so what came of it? They told me that they did they did get it. The manager did get it and the footage and put it on a thumb drive and left it and said if he does come back, just give it to him.
That's fine. That's the manager's decision on his
Discretion.
own.
Mhm.
But I don't believe the investigator coming in and saying, give it to me and you have to.
So that's good.
Any kind of weight at all.
All right, that's good information to have in case a private investigator ever shows up. Just walks into your
Yeah.
office, Greg, and said, "I demand this." Well, good for you.
Right.
And he didn't even buy a coffee. Can you believe that?
Darn.
You think he would have done that? I'll have a coffee and a donut. Oh, can I have this too? Kind of thing.
Exactly.
But I just
Now,
I,
if the private
Lose 'em a
investigator
little.
is working for your wife in the divorce case, then all bets are off.
well, I just when she told me the story, I said I actually thought I don't know what kind of authority they have. I don't think they have any. They're not the police.
No.
They're not the FBI. They're not the CIA. They're, like you said, they're a private person asking for this. So,
I
but-
don't know if it's typical, but I would ask them to identify themselves and
well, they did kind of. Here's my card, and
then do a little bit of research as to
Yeah.
who you're representing. You know?
well, he did leave his card, and it looks official.
yeah.
Of course, he could have it printed anywhere, and
Right.
he did leave his piece of paper that looked like it was on his company stationery. It all matched up, so they could have done some research if they had wanted to.
Right.
To look this guy up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it was from the North Shore too. He came a long way to to deliver this, and went away
Wow.
with nothing. Well, you're gonna have to come back. So.
And didn't get a coffee.
And didn't even get a coffee. Can you believe that? All right. Moving on from that, today is the final World Cup soccer game in Foxborough, in case you were keeping track. July 9th is the last game.
Who's playing who?
France is playing Morocco, if you
Oh.
feel like going. It's going to be a big deal. I think it's at 4
He
in
should
the
have already
afternoon.
left.
Yeah.
But they say there's a layer of tension between the two countries. And now you got to go back into history because France ruled Morocco from 1912 to 1956. So they don't like each other.
Wow.
There's a clash there. So Morocco fans say that history adds a deeper emotion to today's game in Foxborough. France also ended Morocco's World Cup run in 2022. They really don't like each other. And they could become the first African Arab nation to reach the final if Morocco wins today. So
Wow.
and then they'll just move on. But this is
Isn't France the favorite to win the whole
yes.
thing? Yeah.
Yeah, they're considered very, very good.
Oh.
It's them, it's England, it's Norway. I think they're still all
England is still in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who won that? Switzerland, I think.
Switzerland is still in it too.
Yeah.
So, but this is the final game will be July 19th. So that's a week from Sunday. But the final game here in Foxborough is tonight. So, just something
Good
to
to
be
know.
aware of and stay
Good to
away,
know in case you need to avoid traffic.
stay away from Route 1. And it's funny the shops at Patriot Place sales are down.
Really?
Well, no kidding. Because no one's going shopping; they're just going to the game.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Not-
Plus, so if you ever been to a Final Four, what happens is that before the actual games start, everybody is there, and it's massive confusion and massive sales or whatever. And then after the first round, two teams are eliminated, and half the people disappear.
They're selling their tickets.
and you can get a ticket's pennies on the dollar.
Yep,
And I'm guessing memorabilia as well.
All right, so that's what's going on in Foxborough today. So after that, we've been mentioning how the craziness of the soccer ends, and then 2 days later, Boston Sail comes into Boston Harbor with the tall ship. 40 tall ships are coming into Boston.
That should be fantastic.
They're expecting 4 million people in downtown Boston
Really?
this weekend just to watch the ships come in. So it's gonna
I'm not
it's gonna
that
be
familiar with
nuts.
Boston, but I know you have the harbor, but
Right.
That's
how
where
much,
they're coming.
How much area do you have for people to actually stand and watch this?
It's a lot of ships. And
Well, yeah, that is a lot of ships. I don't know how many are going to be docked that you can get on,
I don't know.
because when we've been at, it's SS Constitution.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right. That's
Um,
always there.
Old
So,
Ironsides.
right. So that area, I think, is where they're going, but I don't think you can get on
They're just
all
saying no.
40.
No, they're just going to do on Saturday a parade of sail. So maybe
Yeah.
all 40 are just going to
Right.
circle.
Like they did in New York.
Yeah,
Right.
and then a few get to stay in if you want to go on the boats.
Now
But
they-
they have got viewing areas
Right.
all over.
Yeah.
to be
Also,
able to see them.
not just on the shore either. I just got an email a little while ago from a friend of mine who has a boat moored
let's go out.
in
Yes.
Medford on the Mystic River, and we're
Yeah.
going out in his boat to see them.
see them.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So there'll be a lot of boats out there.
A few thousand of your friends.
Yeah.
will be doing
Absolutely.
that. So
Well, back in the bicentennial year, 76, they had tall ships come up Narragansett Bay.
Yes, they did.
And that has a lot of area
Yeah.
along the edge of the bay where you could stand and watch. And
Yeah.
I remember going down there, and there wasn't that many people crowding it at the time.
they're bypassing that this year. So they're just going around the Cape. Yeah. And we miss out on it.
As
So
long as they don't go through the Strait of Hormuz.
they're not going over there, so we're all good. We're all good. All right, we got another fine person here in Woonsocket that's been nominated for Dad of the Year. Here we go. His name is Malik Okoji. He's 28, and he's going to be in 6th District Court, Bob. Or he was. I'm sorry, he was in 6th District Court, and he was ordered to post $30,000 surety bail. Once again, Bob, what's the difference between surety bail and bail?
A surety bail, you have to come up with cash.
Okay. He did not. He was unable to do so, prompting the judge to remand him to the ACI in lieu of bail. A warrant for his arrest grew out of statements he allegedly made to the staff at Landmark Medical Center several weeks ago, when the police reports say while he was at the hospital for an undisclosed reason, he told the staffers he wanted to kill his wife and daughter. To the staff.
Wow.
Okay.
The ACI.
No, he was at Landmark Medical Center when
Oh,
he
at
said
Landmark.
that. Yes, he's at the ACA now because he
sorry,
was
I-
arrested, and he's down there because of these statements that he made.
Wow.
And then, so after that, the wife, the daughter, and the grandmother of the daughter told DCYF Child Protective Investigator that they'd witnessed this man punch the girl in the stomach so forcefully that the punch caused her to throw up. He also pulled the girl by the hair and threw her in the home. This all happened in June. They did not say how old this girl is. Shoo. But they have finally got him. And now he's at the ACI, and he's arrested on one count each of second-degree child abuse and cruelty to a child on July the 2nd.
And you are aware that these are allegations.
Of course they
have
are,
to be
Mom.
proved in court.
Of course they
And
are.
of course he's innocent until convicted. Presumed innocent.
Even though there's
Right.
witnesses and video and pictures
And statements from the
statements and
landmark. Yeah,
injuries.
that's-
Stranger things have happened, I guess.
Yeah. They had a little,
I can't come up with any,
Right.
but
They had a little trouble finding him because he's separated from his wife since the alleged mistreatment occurred. But they eventually found him walking into the Walgreens on Cumberland Street. There he is.
What a nitwit.
So yeah, just not good. The good thing that happened in Woonsocket yesterday, I don't know if you were down there, Sue, but John Baker was, and it was the new misting station at Dunn Park. So John's got a story about it in today's Woonsocket from the Blackstone Valley Call-in-Times. So
What is a misting station?
it's a big fan, okay? And water gets poured into the fan and it creates a mist.
Oh, neat.
And so you just stand under it in hot weather. They're
It's
very
like some
wonderful.
zoos have them
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you're walking and it's not like you're getting soaked. It's just a mist.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Just
Yeah,
to
yeah.
cool
Yeah, yeah.
you, which is nice.
It
'cause
evaporates in a
you're
matter of
grown,
seconds.
you're not
Immediately, yeah.
looking to,
And
Now they
Unless-
make
in
those-
case you missed the. Yeah, that's bad.
It's a bad
The
pun.
big rainstorm we had.
That's right.
The night before.
Well, there,
missed it.
it's
Missed
too
it.
it's too bad it wasn't there during the 100-degree heat we have. But we may have
Right.
another more heat waves maybe coming this summer, and when the kids that are down there, they'll be able to cool off. Is what it
Wow.
does. And I've been in places where they have misting stations, and you never want to leave there.
Right. They
These
actually
things blow
they
on
make
you?
them now for golf carts. So
Do they?
if you're crazy enough to golf in 110-degree weather,
And you are, Greg,
yeah,
right?
I am indeed. Yeah, they put it right on the back of the cart and it blows the cold,
Yeah.
Nice
moist
mist.
air on you.
The project
you
cost.
went out in 100-degree weather to
Well, I
play
had to.
golf?
I had to
We
win
had
my
to.
match.
Wait a minute.
This is a guy thing.
Got to explain this. What was so important?
Well,
in the 110 degrees, you're out there.
There was a $30 jacket on the line for the whole season, so I was motivated by that. But no,
$30 jacket.
I know makes no sense.
He has the Kohl's discount card. You could
I'm ruining my
Hey,
credibility right
That's-
now. But,
That's mine.
It's
but
a
yeah,
guy
no,
thing.
it's a league thing where
It is a guy thing.
If you don't
But-
show up, you get minus
gonna
2
lose.
points.
but do you want to be considered a loser because you didn't show up?
Yeah.
No.
No, you don't.
You
So-
don't.
No,
So
having
you,
said
you
that,
suck
that's
it
why
up
we do
and you
this.
go for it.
There is other
why you end
weather
up in
that
the
I would not
emergency
golf in.
room.
I don't like rain and I don't like cold, so if I didn't like heat, then I wouldn't golf at all. But
Okay.
so that was it.
You're still in line for the $30 jacket.
I am. I'm in first place.
Perfect. Excellent. There you go.
Not for nothing. I think each one of us over here can chip in $10. Joe's popping that coupon.
There you go. You'd be good to
You
go.
can even have lunch
go.
on that one.
I
All
hope
right.
that when you win, you wear the jacket in so we can
we wanna see it.
Oh, yeah, we need to
definitely.
see what it looks
Absolutely.
like.
All right, we got to take a break on the Coffee and program. We're a little late, so Greg, time for a second message from Chestnut Hill
Sure.
Insurance
So-
Group and Wealth Management.
All right, so get back to the first. This is the first year. We're on the 1-year anniversary of buying that business in Smithfield, which has grown by 45%. I'm happy to say over that first year, and really want to thank the people in the community who have come out and supported us. And just to give you a sampling of class of business we've written restaurants, country clubs, paint and decorating store, car dealers, hair salons, hardware stores, apartment buildings, antique stores, plumbing supplies and contractors, electricians, HVAC, mason, and painters. So basically, these are the folks who came out. I'm not going to give away my client list, so I didn't use any names there. But these are the folks who have come out and supported our rebound to date, and we're extremely thankful to them. Again, if you want to reach us, you can reach me personally at 762-4500, area code 401, or greg.agnone@chestnuthillins.com.
All right, Greg, thanks. And more of the Coffee and program is coming your way. Please stick around.
This is ON Radio.
Your premier real estate expert is Scott McGee of the Stearns McGee team at RE/MAX Properties in North Smithfield. Scott has had extensive training and knows the latest real estate strategies. He can offer you knowledge and tools most other agents can't. To see the latest listings from the Stearns McGee team at RE/MAX Properties, visit this website, McGeeSoldMyHouse.com. Scott McGee of Stearns McGee team at RE/MAX Properties can help you buy or sell your home. The Coffee and panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
ON Radio.
Yeah, it's Coffee and here on ON. Thanks for joining us this morning. My name's Joe Callahan, along with Bob Lauder, Greg Agnone, and Sue Tesher McKenzie. Time for our first message from the Blackstone Valley Call-in Times.
Yes, good morning. So, as many of you know, we are in the throes of our Community Choice Awards, and not awards, I should say voting and nomination. So there will be something in paper on the 18th with some of the previews, some of the new businesses looking to participate, including Chapel Hill. So if you'd like to participate, not in the preview, that has deadlines, but in the nomination and vote for me round, please give me a call on my cell phone at 401-487-4136.
All right.
Did you mean Chestnut Hill?
What did I say?
Chapel
Hill?
Hill.
I say Chapel Hill all the time. I don't know why.
That's North Carolina.
So sorry. Well, I know.
It's okay.
I Googled it. Like,
appreciate
so I'm
it.
like, wait, what's their address? Because I had to do the paperwork, and your business card was in my car.
I appreciate
So I'm
Shout
looking
out.
up Chapel Hill, and I'm like, no, I have to have something wrong. And yeah, I did.
yeah.
I so apologize for
No
that.
problem.
All right, let's see. We got Bob. We got another woman here who's presumed innocent.
Good.
Until we prove her guilty, right? Right. This is also a story in the Blackstone Valley Call-in Times by Russ Olivo. And so apparently there is this man who has his Social Security check, and he wants to cash it, and he does not have direct deposit. He actually has the physical check. And I know
Okay.
Social Security really would like you all to go to direct deposit, but that's another story. But he has his check with him, and he's trying to get it cashed. And he's down here on Vernon Street at the Gold Loan Company that's over there. By the way, the check's for $2,900. So
wow.
It's a substantial amount. But he cannot, or they will not cash it for him because he doesn't have an ID on him.
All right.
All right. This woman comes along named Ashley Harnois, says, for $100, I'll cash it for you.
All right.
Immediately, I would have said no. But anyway, he agrees to this. And so after they complete the transaction and he gives her the $100, she says, I want more, and grabs $850 in cash out of his hands, whatever she could grab, and makes a run for it.
How did she
I don't
cash
know
the check?
How did she do it? The man, he was unable to cash the check on his own because he didn't have an ID.
All right.
So she did it.
Well, he can sign it over to her without an ID.
Well,
right?
yes. But
Okay.
That's what he did.
Anyway, he got the cash.
all right.
She grabs $850 and makes a run for it. He's getting a social security check, so you figure he's over than 60. Let's go with that. She's 33, so she's going to be faster. And so she runs away. And then she told him, for whatever reason, she told him before they started, she needed the money because she needed to buy some crack cocaine. And according to the police, she wasn't kidding. Moments later, after this reported crime, police found Arnois as she was walking up Vernon Street. And at the time, all of a sudden, she doesn't have $850 on her. She's got $295 on her. But now she also has 17 grams of crack on her. Wow. So she did go buy it, allegedly. All right. And so she was caught, and she's on probation for other possession of a controlled substance. She'll be back in district court and all that fun stuff. So
Is that a case you would take, Bob?
I'm like, wow.
I don't do criminal work any longer.
It's take the money and run, that kind of thing.
That's a
Literally.
nice way of putting it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you would think there'd be some kind of federal offense tied into that.
Stealing
Right.
federal money?
I'm surprised on how she
Yeah,
could cash
because
the
you
check
also
for
cashed
him.
a check, and it was a federal
Well,
check.
Because
And
I can tell you from a personal experience that
this
happened
guy.
within the last few weeks.
Yeah.
I received a refund check from my insurance company for the car, and the insurance covers both my wife and I. So the refund check came back with both my wife and I on it. We do not have joint accounts anywhere. We never have for 40-something years. I went to the bank. They said you have to have your wife here to verify that this is really her signature. I come back with Jean to the bank. They said, that's nice and it's good to meet you. Now you have to open a joint bank account in order to put this check in and then take the money out and use it for other purposes. So the bank would not cash the check until they had seen Jean and we'd actually opened the joint account, which seemed to be a long, convoluted process for about $600.
Wow. Well, the report that, and the story that Russ did, he gets all the information from the police report.
yes.
Right.
So there's nothing in there on how she cashed the check for him. It just said he couldn't do it because he didn't have an ID. And then it says that after the transaction is completed. So she was able to do it for him somehow.
Well, I can see the holder of the check signing it on the back and giving it to Miss Hanwha.
Mm-hmm.
But then I don't know how the person who was actually cashing it verified that the person who signed the check was the person to whom the check was made out without some kind of identification.
I'm guessing her standards are a little less stringent than the bank.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
And if she hadn't grabbed the money out of his hand, she would have got away with it.
Oh.
You think he'll ever get that $850 back if she's convicted?
Well,
or is that just gone?
You can't return crack. That comes with a no return policy, so I'm guessing no.
So maybe he gets the $295 back, and
What
you're
if you
out
have a receipt?
$850.
Well, if this goes to
A receipt.
But I just did it 5 minutes ago. I just bought it.
I know. So I don't know. It's just
okay.
so one of the moral of the story is have your Social Security check direct deposited.
Yep. Have an ID.
Have an ID with you on you at all times, and don't accept anybody's help, especially for a fee.
Don't talk to strangers.
Don't talk to strangers. Wow. So okay.
I mean, not for nothing. I'm sorry, I'm going to go there. I mean, if this chick was buying crack, there were signs. There were were signs prior to
She
your
told-
accepting her assistance.
According
There
to
were
the
signs.
report, she told the guy ahead of
Yep.
time, I need the $100 so I can go buy crack.
And there were signs.
Oh, okay, there's a good idea.
There were signs. There were signs.
I can help you
Yeah.
out there.
I mean, like having no teeth and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Possibly.
Again, she is,
Right.
until the courts say
Oh, she's
otherwise,
innocent,
she
right?
is innocent.
Oh, okay, thanks, Bob.
These are allegations against
Yes,
her.
you're
It may
right.
not be
You're
Yeah,
true.
but
right.
Bob,
May not be
you know,
true.
not for nothing, Bob. If it wasn't for your steadfast, innocent till proven guilty, we wouldn't have any fun with you.
That's
so.
right.
So you can
I
keep
think,
that. You can maintain that.
I think Johnny
We're
Cochran
good.
would agree with you on that one.
Absolutely.
All right. The good news is TF Green Airport's been named the best airport in America for the second year in a row. So good for good for them.
Wow.
It's a-
I can't see that.
Really?
Best airport in the.
In America. Did I say world? Sorry, America.
Who made that decision?
Travel
I thought you said
in
New England. I don't
no,
know.
It's been a
America.
construction zone for 2
Well,
years.
that's true. I know about that.
So
yeah.
how could it be the best?
Travel and Leisure magazine did this. It's based on opinions of thousands of travelers regarding, well, never mind the construction. It's just accessibility, the food you can get there, and just the overall experience of taking a
Location.
flight in and out of Green. And because we always compare it to Logan, and that's just a
You know,
mess.
or even Hartford. What, I forget the name of that one, but
Bradley.
Bradley, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I've done a lot of travel through the years, and TF Green is by far the easiest to get
It
in
is
and out of.
Absolutely.
The problem is when you're stranded like midway and there's no other flights that come into Green because
Yep.
they're so limited.
Connecting.
You got to wait till the next day.
Yeah.
You know. But as overall experience, though, I would say, but it's great.
But the Rhode Island Airport Corporation, obviously, they're very happy with this event, and getting it being named the best airport back-to-back years is a testament to the dedicated work of all the employees at TF Green, the vendors, and all their airline partners. So
Who's number one?
we are
Oh, I thought you said we were the second best.
no
No.
best
Number one.
2 years,
2
2 years in a row.
Oh,
so
wow, okay.
we're number one. Yay.
Wow, great.
Is the sailboat back in the lobby?
I don't think
of
it
Green
is.
Airport?
No,
I don't think
no.
so.
We
I think there's a.
They'll make a big to-do when it comes back.
Yeah.
I hope so. We had the governor on one time, 6 months ago, and I said, you got to bring the sailboat back when everything is done.
The sailboat and the piano player.
Yes.
Him too.
Great.
Yeah, but bring the sailboat back because that's a great symbol of the state of people coming in from out of town, and he said, well, he'll pass that along to the
Right.
commission and see if they'll actually keep doing that. He didn't know if they were planning to do that or not. So, but they're still working on stuff down there, right? They
are, yeah.
So, okay. So basically, up in Massachusetts, I just had to laugh at this because Ed Markey and Seth Moulton are going for the same Senate seat in Massachusetts. I follow this because I'm a resident of Massachusetts. And they had their first debate out in Western Mass, out in Chicopee. And basically, Seth Moulton, all he said was, "You're too old." That's his platform. You've been there too long, and I want your seat.
He has been there a long time.
It's over 50 years.
Yeah.
That Ed Markey has
Years
been
in
there.
Congress?
What's that?
50 years
yes.
in Congress?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. That's actually one of Seth Moulton's political TV ads right now. He found a person that that's the same age as Ed Markey, and it's that guy basically saying, Ed, we went to Congress 50 years ago. I retired in 1992. Ed, it's really time to retire.
Right.
That's his ad. Vote for Seth Moulton,
That's
kind of
funny.
thing.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's kind
How
of
old
amusing.
is Markey?
No, Markey's the old one.
Yeah,
how old is
Mark
he?
is the older guy.
My
Markey
gosh.
is the older guy, but he went to the same high school I did. I think
He's
he's
70?
probably mid 70s.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sorry,
not that old.
but he's had the job for that long, and
Give a
it's
kid a
time-
chance.
they
I
want
had a
it's
job
time for
50 years that paid me that
but
well.
it's time for new blood. So there you go.
well, I think he can also argue that by being there, he's made lots of contacts. He has
Well, that's
lots
true.
of authority
Well, that's what
and
they
power
always
and-
that's what they always say.
Yeah.
So anyway, they sparred over age, healthcare, transgender athletes, and
Oh.
personal finances. So
Did you see how the 2 U.S. senators voted on that?
in Mass and Rhode Island,
Rhode Island.
they voted against it.
They voted to allow
it, yeah.
allow men in
In
women's
sport.
sports.
So did both in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Warren and Markey.
That is an absolutely
Yeah.
not.
That's
all
not
four
right.
of them.
That is absolutely not.
Yeah. So anyway, these two, Moulton and Markey, they're going to have two more two more debates before the primary in September. All right, let's take a break here on the Coffee and program. So, Sue, let's get another message from the Blackstone Valley Call and Times.
I felt like I was just put on the spot, even though I knew it was coming. Anyway, so I won't be on the radio for a little bit. I don't know what's going to happen. I have surgery on Tuesday for my shoulder. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I will be around. I will still be working, even if it's remote. So please give me a call on my cell phone if I can help you with anything. 401-487-4136.
All right, Sue, thanks. And it's time for the weather forecast being brought to you by Mattress Warehouse of Providence.
Increasingly cloudy today with a high of 89 degrees. Heat index values as high as 96 and a breeze from the west. Tonight, patchy fog overnight, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 68 degrees. Friday's weather, a 40% chance of an afternoon shower or thunderstorm popping up and passing through briefly. It'll be increasingly cloudy Friday with a high of 88 degrees and heat index values as high as 95. Saturday, mostly sunny with a high of 84. Sunday, sunshine and 83. Monday, sunshine and 85. Tuesday, sunny and 89. And on Wednesday, mostly sunny and hot with a high near 93 degrees.
Outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio on the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street, mostly sunny skies with 73 degrees.
Buy one, get one free on select mattresses at Mattress Warehouse. Plus, get a free adjustable base with select purchases. Enter to win a $100 gas card or a bed gear bundle. Plus, one lucky winner gets their purchase made free up to $5,000.
Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse offers authentic homemade Polish food to make your next meal special. Try our many varieties of hot and fresh pierogies with onions and what they call dirty sour cream. Or pick up golubki, kielbasa, babkas, or some fresh rye bread. We also offer a large selection of specialty and imported foods. Open Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, 9 in the morning till 6 p.m., Wednesdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays from 8 to 5 p.m. It's Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse. Follow us on Facebook and learn about our weekly specials. Located at 855 Social Street, Woonsocket, Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse has all the authentic Polish foods you love. WOON AM and FM.
Here we are on the Coffee and program. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here, Greg Agnone, Sue Tessie McKenzie, and Bob Lauder. Bob, time for first message from your law office, please.
Good morning. This is Bob Lauder. I'd like to talk with you this morning about a recent Supreme Court case that actually made the front page of today's Providence Journal. It's the case of Valera versus Montero. In the Valera case, the couple had been married and had been living separate and apart for more than 3 years. They filed a petition in the Family Court of Rhode Island for a divorce, and neither of the parties had a lawyer. They went to a hearing before the judge, and at the hearing they had agreed that there was no property between the two of them that was available for distribution, that there was no alimony going to be paid by either of them. It was a simple divorce on the grounds of the fact that they'd lived separate and apart for more than 3 years. Now, when you go to court and you have a decision entered by the judge, the decision has to be rendered in a written form in something called a decision pending final judgment. The rules of the court provide that the decision pending entry of final judgment, once it is filed in the court, there must be at least 20 days passed before a final judgment itself, also in writing, can be entered into the court and signed by the judge. In this particular case, the parties did not have an attorney, and the decision pending entry of final judgment was not immediately filed with the court after the hearing date. Instead, the decision pending entry of final judgment and the judgment itself were both filed simultaneously in court on a particular day. After the date of the filing, the woman, the wife in the situation, won $4 million in a lottery ticket. The husband, ex-husband, claimed that since the 20 days had not expired between the time of the filing of the decision pending entry and the final judgment itself, that they still remained married and that he was entitled to a portion of the $4 million that had been won. Case went to the Supreme Court, by which time the parties did have attorneys. In the Supreme Court said that while the filing of the decision pending entry and the final judgment was a procedural error, it was not a judicial defect, and there was no due process violation or prejudice, and that the husband was not entitled to a portion of the lottery winnings that his wife had received. If you think my office may assist in your legal matters, please call me for an appointment. My name is Bob Lauder, and my telephone number is 762-4550. The disclaimer: the Supreme Court of Rhode Island licenses all attorneys in the general practice of law. The court does not license or certify any attorney as an expert or specialist in any field of practice. Thank you.
All right, Bob. Thank you very much. Okay, the city of Boston and the Boston School District, they have decided they're going to sue social media companies, Meta, which is Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, and YouTube. And the lawsuit alleges the platforms are addictive and causing a, quote, youth mental health crisis, unquote. How do you prove that?
I'm not sure even if you were able to show that they were addictive in some form, that it's something that can be regulated because there's freedom of speech. And if the media company decides that they're going to broadcast something that the children find to be attractive and interesting, I don't think that's unlawful.
I agree with Bob. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Right? So do I.
Right. I agree too.
See, Bob, you knew it would come one day.
I also don't know how you can actually restrict children from watching various things. I know that the states have passed laws that say that children can't do it, but I was talking with my daughter last night, who knows, well, anybody in the room knows more about technology and videos than YouTube than I do. But there's ways in which a individual can somehow change the identity of where their telephone or where their receptacle is located to another location outside of a state which may have had enacted a law that says you can't broadcast to these people, so they can still watch it anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to work.
You know how cigarettes is addictive because there's nicotine in the cigarettes, and drugs there's other chemicals. The THC is addictive. How do you prove that these media companies are being addictive? I think they lose.
Yeah, I this is a little bit different, but I know going back in time, there's always been something that the older generation thinks is poisoning children's minds, and it could be video games. Could be television in general.
What's that rock and roll music?
Rock and roll music.
Say, the Ed Sullivan
yeah,
show.
I mean, in back in the days when people were farmers, if your kid played baseball, it was you basically were shamed that they weren't in the field slopping the pigs
Picking
and
potatoes.
and stuff like that. So I mean, it's just a different version of that. I mean, I think it's a little bit more dangerous because of the exposure to different things, but yeah.
We can't understand the lyrics, so it must be bad.
It must be bad, yeah.
kind of thing.
I was watching a video that the guy was saying, okay, so on the same day that the Baby It's Cold Outside was banned on the radio,
oh my God. I know
this song came out. You know which one I'm talking about, right?
You can't say it on the
And
radio.
it was, all I'm going to say, I believe it was Nicki Minaj. I believe it was a Nicki Minaj song.
I know the song, though.
And it was like, wow, really? You can do that? But as far as
this is okay.
as far as what you're wondering, like how do they prove that? It's probably just statistics. Like kids nowadays have more mental health issues, so let's blame this.
Yeah.
Band Steve Lawrence and Edie Gourmet. Jeez.
Yeah, can you believe that?
Wow.
I Dream of Jeannie.
Yeah.
That
oh
outfit
yeah,
was,
she was another
altered.
one that they.
I used to, joke around with my mother when I was a teenager. Because the songs I listened to were bad. I said, didn't the Andrews sisters sing about drinking alcohol?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, what do you mean? Rum and Coca-Cola?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Hello?
Yep.
Well, yeah, that was different.
Right.
Of course it wasn't.
Of course it was. Of course it was.
All right. Here's one of the...
Listen to the lyrics of the whole song that goes on to a part where it's talking about GIs making out with girls on these islands.
Oh, how dare they?
And if you play it backwards, it's really X-rated.
Wait, the Beatles. I remember that.
Let's play it backwards. How ridiculous. All right. Let's see. We do have a... this is the first one I'm hearing of it. A man in... this happened in California. A man's hospitalized. He lost his hand. Why? He was cleaning up after fireworks.
Oh, jeez.
Cleaning up fireworks debris from a beach in Northern California. It happened on Sunday along Point St. George Beach. A GoFundMe page for Jason Turner says a bomb-like device unexpectedly went off when he picked it up off the beach, just trying to clean up, and boom. So it wasn't doing anything wrong.
Right.
He wasn't
Wow.
setting off fireworks. He was actually trying to do a good thing here.
I wonder how long that was sitting there.
It doesn't say.
Unexploded.
Yeah. Turner had his hand amputated, needed 2 more surgeries. He may be also permanently lose his vision and hearing too. This is pretty bad. So
Wow.
So this is sounds like more than just a firework. This thing. It sounds
Well,
like
what
something
they're
else.
saying, though, there was a fire recently because of discarded fireworks.
Yeah.
That's what caused the fire. You have to put them in water.
Mm-hmm.
So the water kills, not
Yeah, right.
kills it,
Being
you
on
know.
the
Spark
inside.
or whatever.
Yeah. It gets...
All right, Bob. I don't know if we have this in Rhode Island, but is there a difference between arson and aggravated arson?
I do not know.
Okay.
I'll have to look that up.
Look
I
that
was
up.
just thinking. I haven't looked
Now-
anything
now
up
this-
yet.
this-
Okay.
My legal assistant will come up with the answer.
This happened in New Jersey. A New Jersey man's facing charges for allegedly throwing a Molotov cocktail at a house. So he's being charged with, down there, aggravated arson. Police say the incident happened on July 1st. Investigators claim John Algor threw a flaming object at a home while riding on his motorcycle. The home's porch caught on fire, but the homeowner was able to put it out with a garden hose before the first responders arrived. He's being held until a detention hearing. What's a detention hearing?
I would imagine that's similar to an arraignment.
Okay. Sue, any luck?
Okay, so first of all, I thought you were going to mention the Molotov cocktail that was thrown at a man in a wheelchair. It's all on camera.
Where
It was on
did
the
that
news-
take place?
It was on the news last night.
Okay.
And threw it at the man in the wheelchair. The man in the wheelchair was not in the flames, and this guy continued to push the man in the wheelchair into the flames.
Wow.
And he was holding another Molotov cocktail. Of course, they caught him right
Yeah.
there. But yeah, that's what I thought you were going to say.
He
anyway,
did this in front of the police station.
well, okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Was that a demonstration?
I don't remember
or
where it
something?
was.
No,
No.
I don't recall the city
The
in which it
guy
took place.
said,
and
"Don't
it was an
talk to me."
isolated. It wasn't part of a demonstration for anything with other
I'll look
people.
that up after where it was.
Interesting.
So arson is
And
the
go ahead.
international and malicious setting of a fire or property, whereas aggravated arson is a more severe classification that involves specific factors placing human life at risk. So you throw a Molotov cocktail, there's intent.
To cause bodily harm.
Yeah.
You could go to an abandoned warehouse and
sim-
set it on fire and not expect anybody to
Right.
die.
Simple
Okay.
arson primarily focuses on property damage. Aggravated arson carries significantly higher penalties
Okay.
due to the presence of people
Well,
resulting
that
in
makes sense in this
injuries.
case in New Jersey when
Yeah.
he threw the Molotov
And I'll
cocktail
look
on
up
the
the
porch.
other one.
Do you realize
Okay,
that
wow.
you're not going to be able to ask me any legal questions for the next
Well,
month?
that's why we're all getting him in now.
Okay, because my assistant won't be around, and I hope everything goes okay with the operation.
I'll have to get your text message. I'll Google, screenshot,
Send
and
a
send you a
text
text,
message.
and then you can act like you just looked it up.
And say, oh, yeah, here we
Right?
go. I got all the information
that
right here.
presumes I know how to get a text message.
We'll send in a bird will come in on a slate,
Okay,
piece of
that-
slate.
that'll
It'll
do.
be all punched
Good,
out
good,
for you.
good. Yeah,
So,
sure.
there you go. Homing pigeons and like that. All right, and we get this other guy down in Florida. There's the police in Jacksonville are searching for a man. He's accused of cleaning out, pun intended, by the way, on this, cleaning out the store's vacuum aisle. He stole. Investigators say the suspect loaded 5 vacuum cleaners onto a shopping cart and rolled out of a Phillips Highway business without paying, taking more than $1,300 worth of merchandise.
How about that?
Okay.
In a tongue-in-cheek social media post, because sometimes the police department has a sense of humor, the sheriff's office says it hopes this quote vacuum vandal doesn't make a clean getaway. Adding that they have a dust-free cell waiting for him at the Duval County Jail.
It was in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, where the
wheelchair.
wheelchair person in the wow.
Yikes.
To see anyone who recognizes the man who stole the 5 vacuum cleaners is encouraged to contact First Coast Crime Stoppers down there in Jacksonville, Florida.
Whoa.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, I'm surprised they weren't able to catch him. It doesn't say what the business was. So are we looking at there's a Walmart. They sell vacuum cleaners, I think.
But how can you just walk out with...
Well, they put them all 5 in a cart. And we make a run for it.
Well, our Walmart stops you to see your receipt. Well, I never stop. I'm just going to
that's
make
it.
that
Don't
clear.
stop. They don't stop.
Well,
Yeah.
but when you're carrying stuff like that in your carriage,
Yeah.
those are the ones they stop. I walk out, you know, and I got my receipt in hand, don't even think of stopping me.
Yeah.
You know,
Right. Here it is.
kind of thing. It's like,
Well, if
but
you-
I'm also only carrying something in my hand.
But if you got
because you probably checked out on your own, right?
Right.
They
Yeah.
can't trust you.
if you if you got 5 in a cart and you're going to steal them, you're probably not going over to where the self checkout is.
Right.
You're just going to make a quick run.
Yeah, but at
a nice
Walmart
end
up
around.
here, there's one
Yeah.
on each end, even if you're not doing the self-check. If you walk into either
Yeah.
door, one is the supermarket
Yeah, and
side,
the other
side,
side.
there is a person at each end.
They really don't have that much authority.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah. Fine. All right, we're going to take another break here on the Coffee and program, so it's back over to Bob for another message from your law office, please.
Thank you. Good morning. This is Attorney Bob Lauder. I'd like to talk to you this morning about medical debts and some relief granted to consumers by the General Assembly of the State of Rhode Island. As many as may be aware, debts arising from procurement of medical services represent one of the greatest unplanned financial obligations for many people. A survey published by the National Institute of Health in 2019 found that more than 60% of all personal bankruptcies in the U.S. were tied to medical issues. In June, the Assembly passed legislation which protects consumers from some of the immediate ramifications of medical debt obligations. While medical providers are still permitted to institute litigation against patients when a patient fails to pay their financial obligations, which litigation includes serving a summons and complaint upon the plaintiff, having the allegations of medical provider brought to a hearing in the court, and having the evidence of that the patient owns the money brought before the judge, and securing a judgment, the medical provider can no longer impose that judgment as a lien on the title to the defendant's principal place of residence without a hearing before the court upon the plaintiff's right to such an attachment. And the patient must also be given notice of the date, time, and location of this hearing. Furthermore, in those cases where a medical provider has won a judgment against a plaintiff for failure to pay, and the medical provider is prohibited from summoning the patient into the court to supplemental proceedings to inquire into the patient's work-related income or to seek an attachment for the patient's wages. In summary, while a patient is still lawfully responsible for paying their medical bills, the medical providers and their collection agencies can no longer attach the title to the patient's principal place of residence without judicial approval of such an attachment, and they can no longer attempt to garnish the wages earned by the patient. However, please realize that these restrictions have no impact upon a claim which the Rhode Island Department of Human Services may file in the probate administration of any individual who at the time of their death or prior thereto was a recipient of federal Medicaid assistance. If you think my office may assist you in legal matters, please call me for an appointment. My name is Bob Lauder. My telephone number is 762-4550. And the disclaimer, the Supreme Court of Rhode Island licenses all attorneys in the general practice of law. The court does not license or certify any attorney as an expert or specialist in any field of practice. Thank you.
All right, Bob, thanks. And more of Coffee and coming up. Stick around.
First news, best music. You're tuned to ON Radio.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9313. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call
800-575-9313. That's 800-575-9313. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Christmas in July returns to Cellos in Woonsocket to benefit the St. Anotson Cultural Center on Sunday, July 12th. This family-friendly event will feature tropical holiday music, Christmas decor, and of course, Santa. Dine at Cello's and be entered to win special prizes including a 55-inch TV, a gas grill, and tickets to the Polar Express. To participate, pick up a sponsor card at these supporting businesses: Beal's Flowers, The Honey Shop, Creative Impressions, Little General on Cumberland Hill Road, Missy's Family Restaurant, Pine Swamp Place, Timeless Antiques, Vaux's True Value Hardware, or print the card from the St. Anne Arts and Cultural Center website.
You can depend on us for public service. ON Radio. ON Radio.
Thanks for joining us on the Coffee and Program. I'm Joe Callahan, here with Bob Lauder, Sue Tessier-McKenzie, and Greg Agnone. And so they've done a poll, and you can't go on without your day without knowing this poll. And the poll was done on is today's movies in the theater, are they too long? All right. Gen Z, which is the younger, they want a movie to be 82 minutes long. Adults, however, say, 88 minutes is about the best time, which is pretty close to an hour and a half right there. Let's make it an hour and a half. But there are still long movies out there. As an example, Toy Story 5, which is out in the theaters right now, is 102 minutes. All right. Project Hail Mary, which came out a little while ago, 156 minutes. Almost
Wow.
almost 2.5 hours. And coming out this month, they have redone? Yeah. The Odyssey by Homer. 172 minutes. Almost 3 hours.
That's a snoozer in a
Yeah. I don't know how much you can modify something like that, though.
Right.
Oh, the Odyssey. Yeah. What do we cut out?
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
right.
Yeah.
So will now do long movies like that give you an intermission? Movies
I
used
would
to
hope
do
so.
that.
Well,
They used to do that.
Yeah, you got hello.
And actually, we're actually going to stop the movie 10 minutes.
So you can go get some popcorn, some
More
drinks,
popcorn
go to the
and hit
bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing the younger people would vote against that.
Oh, they
because
do.
They don't have to use the bathroom as frequently as
Yeah.
you know.
They want
Wow.
the 82 minute. We want to get in and out. 80. So I don't know what's 82 minutes, but yeah, and for us, it's the hour and a half. That's your basic time. So there you go.
Yeah.
That work. Does that work for all of us?
Well, when you're watching a movie at home,
Well, you can always
right?
stop it then. Yeah.
Well, no, if you're just watching a movie, it starts at 8 and ends at 10. Those are with the
Yeah.
commercials in between, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But you get up, you go get a drink, go to the bathroom, go do whatever you want during that commercial break.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, anything longer than that, I'd be like,
I don't think I've been to the movies out at a cinema
Theater?
in 10 years. Maybe,
I haven't
at
been.
least.
I would say it's 12 years for me.
Yeah,
It was 2014 when I had shingles and I went to a movie.
Bob.
Not after they made sound.
No, excellent. Well, things have changed.
Okay.
Quite a bit at the theater. You now, the days of going up to the box office and buying a ticket are done.
Right.
You have to. Yes, if you're lucky,
Yeah.
maybe you can get in. But what you do now is you go buy your ticket online, and you reserve your ticket. You reserve your seat in the theater. You when you go online and say no, I want to sit here. If you like the back row, you can pick the back row. If you want to know, I want to be somewhere in the middle. You can pick unless someone else has chosen the seat you've chosen. But yeah, you reserve your seat for the time and the movie you want now.
And you have no way of knowing who could possibly be sitting next to you under those circumstances.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Versus walking in and saying, I don't want to
I'm
sit
not
next
sitting
to
behind
them
that
with
guy.
kids.
Yeah.
Or, that
He's
guy's
huge.
7 feet tall.
That's
I'm
right.
not going
That's
there.
right.
Or,
Do they
wow.
still make you buy like 60-ounce drinks and a huge box of Junior Mints?
They don't make you, but it's available.
Okay, but you can't get like a regular size Junior Mint.
Like a box.
Yeah. I think Jimmy
I don't
Buffett
know.
wrote a song about that.
He
about,
did.
fruitcake.
But yeah, you probably can, but you're going to spend $10
Yeah.
on the box of Junior Mints and the popcorn and the soda and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what you're going to do for movies now. You got to plan ahead. Of course, the seatings in theaters are much nicer now. A lot of times they recline. You get to put your feet up.
Oh wow.
Of course, the problem there is you fall asleep.
Yeah.
Unless the movie's really loud. So
Those 3-hour deals, that's the ones
if you,
that I'm
yeah,
referencing.
you'll be snoozing right
But
there.
you get
Yeah.
your money's worth.
So-
I mean,
well, you
Well,
should.
not really, if you're sleeping.
oh, all right.
So I got you all beat. The last movie I saw in the theater was just a couple of years ago. I saw Bohemian Rhapsody in the theater.
Okay.
I wanted to go see it in the theater only because of the sound.
Yeah,
I said,
yeah.
when they play the music, it's going to sound
Great
great.
idea.
And I was right. And that was really, really good. So that woman that rode across the Pacific, she's celebrating. I don't know if you heard. She rode from California to Hawaii. It took her 43 days, 17 hours, and 55 minutes.
Oh,
Underwater?
is that a record?
No. In a rowboat.
Oh, I thought you said she rode.
Yeah, she rode.
Rode.
Yeah,
I get it.
2,400 miles. She went from Monterey, California to Oahu in a 19-foot boat. She's the first American woman and the youngest woman to row to do this. Did she set a record? Yeah. I think she's got time and just being the woman to do it.
Well, I was just going to say, you're
Yeah.
a woman. You
Yeah.
obviously, you made the record.
How did
Yes.
she survive with food and things like that?
Well, it's packed on the boat.
Yeah, but
She brought
a
it with her.
19-foot boat isn't that large, and for 40
But
something
if
days,
you're only one person, if you saw a picture of the boat, you could see, okay, the stuff must be over there, because she had to sleep too.
right.
So she had provisions for that as well. This wasn't nonstop. So,
Okay.
but I don't know how you don't float away and get off course.
Yeah, especially when you're
In a
sleeping.
rowboat.
When you're
Yeah.
sleeping,
You could end up in Japan.
unless I know there was a boat following her to make sure she was okay. So maybe the other boat could anchor,
Right.
and we just tie on to you,
Yeah, maybe.
so you don't float away,
Okay.
kind of thing. But yeah, she did it it's a remarkable event, I think, to do it in 43 days.
Wow.
That is impressive. She says resilience is messy, but strength is there if people choose it.
Good.
So, yeah.
Amen.
So, and do you have and who has the time to do this, by the way?
If I had 43 days off in a row,
To do nothing?
It's not what I would do.
And we brought this
But
up
if you had
yesterday.
43 days off in a row, how many jackets would you have?
That's a good question.
I don't know, because you got to figure $30 a pop, so you got to do the math on the cost of the jacket, too.
Okay.
Okay.
I hope it's a nice jacket. Is it a green one like Augusta?
No, it's
the
not
Masters?
it's not a dress jacket. It's more of a. It has says the logo and team champion.
Oh, all right.
2026. And,
And then
We
he'll
wanna
be
see that
wearing it.
jacket.
He'll be wearing it when it's 100
I hope so.
degrees.
Well, of course,
Absolutely.
of course. It's a badge of honor.
I'm listed as champion. I'm wearing this thing.
I'm letting everybody know. All right, that'll wrap it up for the show for today. Thank you very much for listening in. It's always appreciated. Bob Lauder, thanks for being here.
Thank you for inviting me. Hope to be with you next week.
All right, and Sue Tessie McKenzie, thanks for being here.
Thank
Hope
you, and
everything
have a
goes
good
well.
rest of the
Yes.
week. Thank you.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
And Greg Agnone, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, this is Joe
Good luck, Sue.
Callahan. Have a great day today, and stay tuned for Gary Smith and the crew. Do remember's coming up after the 9 o'clock news.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.